I've had some weary days and some sleepless nights. But when I look around, and I think things over, all of my good days outweigh my bad days. I won't complain. The clouds hang low. I can hardly see the road. I ask the question, Lord. Lord, why so this day? But He knows what's best for me. Although my weary eyes, they can't see, so I'll just say, thank you, Lord. I won't complain. That's been so good to me. He's been good to me. More than this world all you could ever be. He's been so good. But He knows what's best for me. Although my weary eyes, they can't see, so I'll just say, thank you, Lord. I won't complain. That's been so good to me. He's been good to me. More than this world all
Good evening. Good evening. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another She Loves Thee podcast episode. That just set the tone for tonight's show. Tonight's show, I won't complain. I won't complain. That's going to be the message for tonight. Okay? If this is your first time here, just go ahead and hit the subscribe button. If you've been here before and you still haven't hit the subscribe button, just go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Don't worry if nobody's going to see it, but it'll send you updates for when I go live so you don't miss out on anything. So once again, thank you for tuning in. The SWAC has been all over the place. All over the place for the past year. It's been, I'll say the past year and a half, it's been all over the place. And sometimes you see somebody else going through a storm and you might not think that you could ever be there. Like, that couldn't have been me. That couldn't have been us. And then all of a sudden it's you going through the same thing. And tonight's show, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give my little spiel, 10, 15 minutes. And then I'm going to open up the chat so that people can discuss what's going on in the SWAC. Mind you, my podcast is centered, of course, I am JSU centric, but I also talk about all things SWAC, all things HBCU, and Black politics. So let's get it started. So as we know, Coach Simmons is gone. I don't want to, we just played some gospel music, so I don't want to be petty and play Willie Gone just yet, but it'll be coming later on, later on in the episode. Willie, he's gone, he's left, and now after a coach leaves, when you have a team that is a championship caliber team, it's important to steady the boat. So the boat is rocking. It's rocking. It's rocking. It's rocking. It's important to stabilize the boat. Now, I will commend FAMU because up until now, you've only had a couple of decommits and maybe one or two go to the portal, one of which is a grad transfer. Other than that, everybody's staying there. But, and that's a caveat, there's a big but right there. It depends on who you hire as the coach. I'm glad I wasn't going to say it, okay? So he said it, not me. He said it, not me. But stabilizing a team is very important. And that can be done one of two ways. The first way is to hire internally. So you're hiring a coach that the team already knows. They're already familiar with them. They trust them. And they've already meshed well. All the coaches know each other. They work together well. And it's a championship team with championship coaches. You guys just won the Celebration Bowl. So hiring within. That's number one. Number two is you hire a coach that you will Can you guys see me? Lord, look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, neighbor. They not trying to let me get out what I have to say. Neighbor. Am I still frozen? Sorry, y'all. Let's see. I'm back. Yeah. Is that who disconnected it? Mr. Campbell? Because he knows I'm about to drop some tea. Who was that? Ashton? They know I'm about to drop some hot tea. Everybody in the chat, if you can hear me, say allegedly in the chat. Allegedly. Yeah, Willie's visor done froze me up. Let's say allegedly, right? Allegedly. Oh, I see some alleged. Look at Dr. Kanisha Hawley. And hey, Dr. Hall. There we go. Y'all can hear me. All right. Let's get to this. Let's get it started. So I'm not really going to go over this particular timeline that much. I'm going to zoom through this because we already know what happened with Willie. We already know what happened with him. So we really don't necessarily have to replay this. What we're getting ready to focus on is from the time that Willie departed from us up until now. What has happened? What happened? So that's what we getting ready to focus on. You guys know the story. He let the AD know that he had a job offer, allegedly, a couple of weeks prior to everybody else finding out about it. Allegedly, he asked for some money before the season started, in the middle of the season, right after he was undefeated in the SWAC. Allegedly, he wasn't given a pay raise. Now, here's my thing. The pay raise wasn't going to come from FAMU. It was going to come from the alumni. So I don't know what the thought process is. I'm not an AD. But if the money's not coming out of my pockets, who am I to say no? Why wouldn't I go to the alumni and say, hey, what do you guys think about giving Willie Simmons a raise? If you have to bring it to the table to the people who are going to pay it. Because as you know, structured in Florida, Florida only pays up to $250,000 for the salary. The rest of the salary, it has to be given by an outside entity like the Booster Club. And so it's already in his contract that they contribute $100,000. So we already know this part, which, you know, I'm of course I'm going to play it again just to remind folks, you know. It made a big time, Willie. And you notice that that's kind of like what's she doing? That's how snakes be slithering around all on the ground. They just be slithering around. The FAMU faithful were okay with him leaving. They were fine. You couldn't crack them. They was okay with him leaving. But this week got him just like this. It's got him like this. It made a big time, Willie. They don't have no understanding. They just Willie. Willie. And they ain't been right since. They've been cutting up. And you know, it's one thing when someone leave, you know how you try to act like it's all right, like it's okay, you know, I'm gonna get through this. And at first it hits you. Dang, he changed it. He didn't have it changed earlier, but he finally changed it. He still got the FAMU faithful up at the top, but he's gone. So now let's move on. Because now FAMU has this we gonna be all right attitude, right? And that's fine. Because if they still have some championship coaches on their team. But what has transpired that's different? Well, let's talk about from January 1st up until January 9th. January 1st up until January 9th. So on January 1st, AD Dawn Sykes issues a statement via YouTube. She says that she's going to meet with the players, the alumni, and she's going to hire the best candidate to stabilize the program and continue a championship football team. And now FAMU's in shambles. I don't know what, everything, all hell done broke loose. And here's Dwayne Sweet. See, this the type of person that when there's a fire and you just sit up there and you sit in the fire and God sends a firefighter to come save you and you say, oh, no, you don't have to save me. You don't have to save me. God got me. God got me. God got me. And so then the firefighter leaves because they don't want to get burnt up. And then the fire's still going and you just, I'm waiting on God to come save me. I'm waiting on God to come save me. And then you have a doorway that you can go through. You have a doorway that you can go through to get to safety. And you don't take it. You say, well, I'm just waiting on God. God got me. God got me. God got me. This is that time. So now as a last ditch effort, you sitting here at this point, all the smoke's on the ground. God got me. God got me. God got me. You in this house and there is fire everywhere. The smoke is everywhere. God is giving you your last ditch effort because now you see that the water is coming through and there's a way for you to get out. They got a ladder in a window. There's a ladder. And they say, well, come on, climb down. You say, no, God is coming to get me. God is coming to get me. I don't need that ladder. I don't need that window. Then what happened? You die. And when you meet God, you say, well, God, I've been sitting here. What happened? And I'm sorry to tell you, but this is literally where the Rattlers are right now. You guys over here saying that you'll be good, and it's not good right now. It's not looking good. You better speak up, or else you're going to be Texas Southern 2.0, where it's almost signing day and you don't have a coach. You don't have a coach. It's getting ready to be National Signing Day. Now, which I will say this, FAMU does not have to recruit as much as a Texas Southern. So, but this uncertainty also will increase the uneasiness of any commits that you have and your current roster. And let's talk about what's going on. Allegedly. So, some of the preferred candidates that folks have name dropped from the FAMU faithful: Quinn Gray, KJ Black, Billy Raleigh, I think I spelled his name incorrectly, and James Cozy. So let's go ahead and look at some of these coaches that the FAMU faithful have went ahead and said, hey, maybe you'll be interested in, just go ahead and making him the head coach because he's inside of that locker room. The players have said yes. He's already the interim head coach. Like, just stop playing and go ahead and make him the coach. It is roll, but it's spelled Rolly. Okay, good. So let's look at coach. He's already the interim coach, right? And so if the players are telling you in James Cozy we trust, then go ahead and go with it because we haven't seen any student athletes get into that transfer portal yet. So James Cozy, he's been proving himself in college football world for the last 23 seasons. He's worked and played for some of the best coaches in the business. He's worked with Bobby Bowden, Mickey Andrews, Romeo Crennel, Emmett Thomas, Blake Neal, and Kevin Steele. He's had stops at elite Division I, Division II, U Sport, and NJCAA football programs around the Southeast, Midwest, and Canada. He's been a part of 3 national championships as a collegiate player and coach, 6 conference titles, and 20 bowl games. Colsey contributed to a Rattlers defense that ranked top 25 in 5 defense categories and top 10 in 3. In 2022, Colsey left his post as the head football coach at St. Mary's University. So that means that he already has head coaching experience. And he has tons of coaching experience, and he was already at FAMU. That's like an easy score, easy go-to. You do a couple of interviews, you know how it is, and then you just go ahead and say, okay, Coach Colsey, you're going to be the coach. There's no way on God's green earth that this coaching search should take that long. February 1st, that's malfeasance on a part of. I'm not gonna say it, but if y'all want to say who would be basically dropping the ball, right? February 1st is way too late. They need to have a coach in place like Friday. But you need to do interviews to do that, right? You have to have interviews. Let's move on to the next one. So then we have KJ Black, which with KJ Black, he is a part of the family, so they embrace him. But KJ Black is on the LA Chargers. No, wait, the LA Rams, excuse me. He's on the LA Rams coaching staff. And I want to say they have some postseason stuff going on. So a lot of times, you know, that would be kind of difficult to be able to organize a staff, become head coach. And allegedly, he never got an interview anyway. Then we got Quinn Gray. Wow, Mr. Coach Quinn. Okay, so Coach Quinn Gray. I think I'm spelling that right. I don't know. Let me see. Yeah. I want to see, he's the Albany State head coach. So, but he has ties to FAMU. And so there's that going for himself. He's been a head coach at Albany State. And, you know, I think that when you talk about stabilizing, if you're getting a familiar face in there, you can still be able to maintain the majority of your roster. So he served as a senior offensive analyst at the University of Memphis. He served as a quarterbacks coach at Alcorn State University from 2020 to 2022. He served as associate head coach, offensive coordinator, and quarterback coach at Florida A&M from 2011 to 2014 and spent 3 seasons as a head coach at Lincoln High School in Florida, producing 9 Florida Athletic Coaches Association all-district players. So this is very important that he has been a coach in the state of Florida. That means that he has access to possibly recruits in Florida. Including the 2019 Tallahassee Quarterback Club Offensive Player of the Year, Special Teams Player of the Year, and Academic Player of the Year. And once again, he is an all-time leader in passing, pass attempts, pass completions at FAMU. And he was inducted into the MEAC Hall of Fame for his outstanding accomplishments as a quarterback at FAMU. So, you know, that's a FAMU faithful right there. That's an option. Is that an option? Make sure y'all answer that poll. All right. Let's look up Billy Roll. Well, I think he's a little bit older. But according to Vaughn Wilson, he would be the perfect choice as FAMU's next head football coach. He bought role in as his special assistant to the head coach and Nickelback's defensive coach back in 2018. He's a FAMU Sports Hall of Famer, and he was on the field as a defensive back for Coach Rudy Hubbard. So this is kind of like going back to what the SWAC as a whole has been doing, which is tapping into people who have an HBCU connection and are directly connected to the school. So why wouldn't you just go ahead and follow that methodology, which is Coach T.C. Taylor is Jackson State great. Coach Raymond Woody, Bethune-Cookman Wildcat. Coach Wade is from Valley. So, and this is just in the past season how they've chosen coaches that are directly involved or played for. Okay. Am I being messy by saying Trey Oliver's name? I'm going to just, everybody in the chat say allegedly. Allegedly. So allegedly, Coach Trey Oliver, his name was brought up. Just, like, hey, Trey, you won a Celebration Bowl at North Carolina Central, but you've lost your quarterback. A lot of your players have exited stage left. Please, nobody say the ER name, please. Please. So the only thing is that he played for North Carolina Central, but he won a Celebration Bowl against Jackson State. So you could, yes, you are being messy and he ain't interested. 86 his name from the list. How do you know he's not interested? Did you talk to him? Is this Coach Trey Oliver? I don't know. Florida, North Carolina. $300,000, $200,000. He will be staying in the nest. Oh, okay. So we're gonna still go through Trey Oliver because there's nothing wrong with discussing. There's nothing wrong with discussing. Uh-oh. Y'all, you know how it is. When he says this, what happened? You gotta drop the link. Drop the link. All right, let me finish up on this. Allegedly, listen, Trey Oliver to FAMU? Maybe not, right? All right, what I do know is that the FAMU faithful are in shambles. They're in shambles. I want to know what they told Mr. Ford at lunch today. How you doing, Mr. Ford?
Hey, how you feeling?
Mr. Ford?
Yeah, babe, how's it going?
It's been drama.
Yeah, I've been hearing it. You're right. They was talking about it at my school.
I knew they were going to be talking about it at your school.
Yeah, they was talking about it, child. Those ladies them FAMU ladies are very upset and hurt because they really love Willie.
They loved Willie?
They love Willie now. One's from Gainesville, the other one's from Orlando.
Okay,
and they
Mr.
hurt
Ford,
about Willie. Mm-hmm.
You saying that they loved him. So this is probably the best depiction of those women regarding Willie. So we're gonna go ahead and watch this, and then I want to hear what you have to say.
Okay.
Willie. how they was, Mr. Ford.
Yeah, they was hurt, baby. They was hurt. Yeah. But I want to tell you something. You can stop putting up that about them people. The choices. The word I got today was that lady done made a decision and waiting for that dude to sign the contract.
What? I know
Yeah.
she's not finna. I know that she is not getting ready to take the money that the FAMU faithful raised. You cannot take the money that they raised and hire a coach that they do not want. So now I'm gonna have to,
supposedly, see, they go back to Grambling together. They go. Sean Gibbs, he was a part of that Rod Broadway staff, and she was on the academic staff out there at Grambling.
Yeah, Grambling.
Mr. Ford, so what you're saying is that she done already made a decision. Well,
yeah, they said she's already made a decision. They said that the alumni is up in arms down there.
This is how they
I'm
are.
hearing some bad stuff.
Live coverage. I have it, Mr. Ford. I have live coverage from the FAMU faithful on how they feel about this after they just raised $680,000 in less than 3 days. How you gonna fix it? You done messed me up the jobless vision. I done called the police because I'm doing a refund. A refund is due unto me. Don't feel like I just been abused out here today. God is pleased with this. You can't do the same like this. Boys, I don't even know what I'm gonna sit out here telling me he's got to do. I'm gonna sit out here telling me he's got to. I'm doing a refund. Because I'm doing one of me. Yeah, so you're saying that we might as well stop talking about all these other coaches.
Yeah, they saying that Sean Gibbs is going. If they waiting to give it now, what I was told today was that basically they've given him a contract. I guess they're waiting for him to sign it. But Sean Gibbs is. She's picked Sean Gibbs.
We're gonna have to start a refunds for Willie campaign because this cannot happen. You cannot run off with over $600,000. And then you gonna hire somebody they don't want. Doesn't the board of trustees have to approve it?
Well, the president, they rubber stamp it, but the president is the last on the yard. Is the president?
Yeah, he's the last call.
Yes, he's the last one. But from the word is that he's supporting her. He's supporting whatever her choice is.
Ooh.
But now what I'm hearing is that the faithful down there in Tallahassee is up in arms. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think she's gonna be a casualty. She's gonna be a casualty.
Baby, it's hot. I have a breaking news announcement. Well, it's not breaking because I'm pretty sure some folks seen it, but I didn't see this. The FAMU National Alumni Association Executive Board is meeting tomorrow at 8 p.m. for a discussion regarding the AD's pending hire of a football coach.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they said she's already given him a contract. Yeah. That's why, what's that guy's name that y'all like? Doc, what's that guy named? Stephen J. Gaither been doing that pity campaign for her.
Oh, FAMU Game Day.
Yeah, because he sounds so weak. Him and Tolly and them, they sound so weak sometimes.
I think they switched from Colorado Game Day to FAMU Game Day. They trying to,
but no, he been doing a pity campaign for Tiffany Dawn Sykes, and she's been being criticized because she's a woman. All that mess.
What do you think about
that? She's being criticized because she don't know nothing.
Oh, now listen, I'm not an AD, but this is how you handle the situation. Which she did speak with the students. She asked. Allegedly, maybe she went to the, or this is what I would have done, which is I get a short list from the students. I get a short list from the coaches that are already on staff. I get a short list of 3 names from all of the alumni organizations. And if there's one person who's on everybody's list, then you just go ahead, you do your interviews, but that one person that the majority of them consent to, that's who you hire. going through all this extra stuff?
Because
FAMU
they
folks are
partners
not
from
gonna, they're not
days
gonna
gone
pick
by.
somebody who's, they're not gonna pick somebody who's doesn't have what they feel is the best move for FAMU. Now
You remember I told you about the coup d'etat? Remember I told you that?
You did tell
Okay.
us.
The word now is they are imploding. That's what's happening in Tallahassee with that football program. And it's all because of Tiffany Don Sykes and the president, Dr. Larry Robinson. You got to remember one thing about Larry Robinson. He's the one who signed off for Earl Holmes. Do you know who Earl Holmes is?
I do not. You're going to have to.
Okay. Earl Holmes was an All-American at Florida A&M during the 90s. He left Florida A&M and he played for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He was really good with the Steelers, okay? And so after his career was over, he got into coaching. But it was Dr. Larry Robinson that signed off to make him the head football coach at Florida A&M. Now, I've been watching Florida A&M football. He's the worst coach I've ever. It's between him and a guy named Alex Woods. Alex, I don't know what happened to him. I guess he forgot how to coach because he was much better than that. But Earl Holmes was the worst coach that I've ever seen as head coach at Florida A&M. And you got to remember, Larry Robinson signed for him to be the head coach. So they have history of doing awful things. He was a great football player, but he was one of the worst head coaches I've ever seen in my life. He's definitely the worst one I saw at Florida A&M.
Can we go over Sean Gibbs' resume? Because I feel like a lot of the people are just like, hell no. And then you just, what can you do at this point?
Well, basically what you're going to see down there in Tallahassee is a civil war. You're going to see a civil war.
What? Oh, Lord.
Yeah, you're going to see a civil war for that program.
Mr. Ford,
yeah.
A civil
That's
war?
what you're going to see a civil war for that program. And I'm going to tell you, Tiffany Don Sykes is going to be a casualty. And it's going to be quickly. And if they don't watch out, their president's going to be the next one out the door. He might go first.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Mr. Campbell.
That's Mr. Ford.
Oh, Mr. Ford.
Hey, you remember, listen, it's no longer the year of the rattler. It ain't, that's gone.
Doc D.
That's
yeah, no more the year of the rattler.
Okay,
it's going to be the year of somebody else now. Hey, by the way, I want to hear from Dr. Lori.
It's the year of the tiger.
That's right. The one in Lincoln Parish out there in Louisiana.
The one at Jackson State. Yeah. Okay, go to sleep.
Oh my goodness.
What about Dr. Lori? Anybody heard from somebody called Dr. Lori? Tell her we need to hear from her.
Mr. Ford, wasn't Doc Holliday, wasn't Dr. Lori on the channel? Matter of fact, she was on your show when I was driving from Kentucky to St. Louis, and we were talking, and Dr. Lori said that Willie's not going nowhere. And
well, I felt that way too.
A lot of people.
I tried to tell you, Mr. Ford, and you didn't believe me.
Yeah, I didn't think Willie was going nowhere either. But not only is Willie gone, they are destroying that program. I'm telling you, that program is imploding. Listen, by the way, you got to go back and listen to Blue. Blue told so much crazy stuff today that's going on in that Florida A&M football program. Blue says that the players have told them if Sean Gibbs is giving that game, 40 of them are walking. They leaving. And then one of the things we were told today is that 3 coaches have already quit. I'm trying to get the names.
Do you want to hear some real tea? I don't think I should do it on my platform.
Well, I would say
allegedly.
I can say this. This is some that what I heard from a source.
Allegedly. Wait, hang on, Doc. Doc has breaking. Okay, wait, Doc. Breaking news. We have correspondent Doc Holliday on the live. We're asking for at least 10 people to type allegedly in the chat. Thank you so much for coming on, Doc Holliday from HBCU Overdrive, for this breaking news. Go ahead.
Well, Well, I've heard some words that um Mercer, Mercer University has been looking at James Coley. Um,
Allegedly,
well, I don't know about no allegedly.
Mr. Ford,
Uh-huh.
they are trying to poach FAMU's team, just like
Yeah,
they did.
I just saw one kid, the kid that was from Tallahassee that came from Clemson. I saw where he's going to Virginia now. He was the big tight end. Remember, he was from
Yeah, I know you're
Tallahassee.
talking about. He's from Tallahassee.
I
Yeah.
Yeah.
heard, I heard allegedly that there's been people sniffing from a different mountains, a different set of hills up yonder.
Can somebody call Dr. Lori and tell her to get on here? I want to hear what she got to say. The faithful want to hear from Dr. Lori.
Why are you calling Dr. Lori out like that? She might not want to
I
talk
want to hear
right
from
now.
Yeah, I need to hear from Dr. Lori. And I want to know, how do you feel about that lady destroying y'all program down there, Tiffany Dawn Sykes?
Lord, he just gonna call her name out, the first last name and the second last name.
I don't know if she's destroying the program. I just feel like you brought her in
Yeah,
for
she is
compliance.
destroying. Don't come into my, you don't know. That lady destroying that program, and everybody down in Tallahassee know it. Yeah, don't talk. Don't come in with that.
I think the program was getting destroyed already before she even got there.
No, she the main one. Like I told you, she helped put together a coup d'etat. Now it's imploding. It's the word is imploding. That's what's happening down there, that program. Somebody call Dr. Lori.
I don't think she's gonna come on. But we can. The best
Blue,
that we can do.
Doc got a number. Call her, Doc.
Oh, let's. I think she might be. You know, she was sick a couple of days ago, but
Okay.
maybe we can get Mr. Campbell on the line. Maybe, you know, but as far as like, you know, it is so much drama right now. We need to, you know what? While we
No,
wait.
Mr. Campbell. Hey, Tiffany Dawn Sykes and your president started a mess. That's
Okay,
who started a mess.
so
Your
while we
president,
wait,
your Dr. Larry Robinson and Tiffany Dawn Sykes.
while
That's
we
who's starting
wait
a mess.
for Mr. Campbell to get on the line, let's
Hey, Mr. Campbell, you think I'm stirring up? Hey, ask Blue what he hearing about Florida and them. Bring Blue up. Let Blue tell. I heard Blue today. Tiffany Dawn Sykes. I told y'all it was a coup d'etat. And now you're seeing the program imploding. Hey, Mr. Campbell,
this
y'all won't
has
go back to the Celebration Bowl in 10 years. If it's still going on, you won't go.
That man said in 10 years.
In 10
this
years.
has dire implications on the FAMU program because she was the reason why they got out of
Hey,
the
somebody said they're speaking with Dr. Lori. Y'all see it?
What's up?
Somebody said they're speaking with Dr. Lori. Wait a minute. Who said that? I'm on this phone.
They're singing the song, "Oh, Lori, don't you weep."
Somebody said they were speaking with Dr. Laura. I'm hoping they can get Dr. Laura to come on.
Uh-oh. If Dr. Lori comes up here, it is because of only you.
Here it is. Wait a minute. Dr. Laura is coming on now. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Mr. Ford.
Huh? When somebody said the year of the Wildcat, is that Bethune-Cookman? They said it's the year of the Wildcat.
Uh-oh. The Wildcats have came to the front. Uh-oh. I'm glad he said it and not me. Breaking news. It said Rypers is expected to accept a role at Colorado.
I told you. I said it. I told you that earlier.
You did, Doc. You did say that earlier.
I told you.
Mr. Ford, did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard Blue broke the news today.
Prime is still poaching.
Yeah. Because Respress is pretty good. He's good at what he does.
Better stand on business. When I tell you, y'all have to excuse my leave out.
No, that program has suffered a coup d'etat. They've gone through a coup d'etat. And now they're imploding.
Somebody must have sent her to do this because you done got them out the Orange Blossom Classic. You said something about invest in champions, but now there's some folks on Twitter who says, I'm not buying my invest in champions package this year. So now what are you going to do?
Okay, somebody said Dr. Laura is logging in. Give her 2 minutes. Okay, all right.
Yeah, you over here calling folks out. And Zach over here, Blue over here dropping tea. What you mean all you reported?
Yeah,
that's
Blue.
Not all. He said all I reported. That's not all.
No, that ain't all you reported, Blue. That ain't all you said. Don't come in with that.
That's Coach.
That ain't what you said.
Dang, you know what Coach did? He blocked me, y'all. He blocked me.
Who blocked you?
No, him too. Dion blocked me too. But Coach Rypers. He blocked me because what had happened was I was just, now mind you, this is before the news broke that Coach was leaving for Duke. So he probably knew that Coach had an offer or that he was taking it or whatever. So maybe what I said kind of, maybe ticked him off. But all I said was something about did he get
Tiffany Dunn Sykes?
Did he get an extra bonus for recruiting players from FSU? This is, listen, it just goes to show you that folks are still watching HBCU football.
Yeah.
And they are still trying to poach. Now, I want to see how FAMU act. How y'all gonna act?
Well, right now FAMU's like a soap opera with that athletic program because of Tiffany Dawn Sykes and the president, Dr. Larry Robinson. Remember, he's the one who gave you Earl Holmes, the worst coach in FAMU's history, the worst head coach in FAMU's history. Great ball player, awful coach, horrible.
I thought Alex Wood was the worst head coach.
It was between those two. Now, let me tell you, Alex had a sterling reputation before he got to FAM. He got to FAM and forgot how to coach.
Worse than Tony Hughes?
Yeah, I think so. The football player was awful. That Earl Holmes. It was. Listen, going to the games when Earl Holmes was coaching was like watching paint dry. Yeah, it was awful.
So basically what you're saying is that the president, he just put up his gun and said, I'm getting ready to set it off. Set it off in this.
Listen, you think Larry Robinson looks like he scratched his feet on the side of the bed. What's wrong with that?
What in the world?
Oh my goodness.
Mr. Ford is in rare form today, honey.
Where is Dr. Lori? Have y'all heard from Dr. Lori? I want to hear Dr. Lori speak. I want Dr. Lori to speak.
Mr. Ford is calling him out. Okay.
Yes. Now y'all know Mr. Campbell gonna have some excuses. Woo. He gonna have some excuses. Boy.
Mr. Campbell has a way of conveying information I have never.
He's gonna have some excuses, boy.
It's not excuses. I love the way that he puts his words together to basically tell a story about the number one public agency.
Yeah. He's like a lawyer, but the only thing you have to remember, a lawyer is nothing but a professional liar. That's all a lawyer is.
Wait a minute.
That's what a lawyer is, a professional liar. And the main thing is, can you pay him? Okay, good. Listen. Come on, Dr. Lori. The faithful, myself, we're ready to hear you. We want your official statement, Dr. Lori.
You are calling him out.
Dr. Lori.
This is just worse.
You ain't gonna let her live. So basically,
I'm a fan of Dr. Lori's now. You know, I got to hear Dr. Lori.
I know, but I mean, give her time. She might want to.
Yeah, I know it. I'm waiting on Dr. Lori.
Okay, so listen. So basically what you're saying is I wasted my time making this timeline because we already at the end where it says Sean Gibbs.
Yeah, they said Sean Gibbs has basically got a contract. Remember, she was with Sean Gibbs at Grambling. They go back to Grambling. Wow. They were all under Rod Broadway.
Well, that would explain it then. That explains it right there.
So you done messed over Billy Rowe, a FAMU graduate. Okay. You messed over the guy that the players want. What's his name, Doc? Cozy?
Cozy or Rowe.
You messed over him.
He's the interim coach right now, though. He's the interim coach.
Yeah, but you, like I said, you're going to get Sean Gibbs. Then, listen, you got a staff that won you a national championship. You basically going to kick them out the door because if Gibbs get that job, he's not going to keep them guys. He's not going to keep them guys.
Now you're going to do a total. See, this is the thing. I don't think that they would be able to replicate, because I don't think they'd be able to replicate even a 7-4 team.
No, like I said, they finna take FAMU back down to irrelevancy. Now, what's going to happen under the leadership of Tiffany Dawn Sykes, Bethune-Cookman is going to beat you again, Mr. Campbell, 9 straight years. That's what's going to happen.
Wait a minute. Are we Hale Wildcats now?
Hale Wildcats. The Cats are back.
I mean, they did. I mean,
Bethune-Cookman.
Coach Woody definitely has done a phenomenal job of recruiting. So basically what you're saying is this little coup d'etat that she's got going.
The coup d'etat. But now the word we got to use now is imploding. That's what the program is doing now. It is imploding. We're waiting, Dr. Lori. I'm not going to bed until you speak.
Well, then, while we're waiting on Dr. Lori, you did
Dr. Lori.
Hale Wildcats.
Hale Wildcats.
You know, maybe they don't want to say, they might not want to say too much.
Okay. Oh, that is. Yeah, let that play. Now they got a real AD Reggie Theus. They got a real AD in Daytona Beach, Reggie Theus.
And he's a basketball player coach. I mean,
that's right. Play
Right?
for Jerry Tartanian, UNLV.
Somebody
We're
said
waiting, Dr. Lori.
somebody said this is self-inflicted mistakes.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's all
That's right. We're going to say, hey, imploding and self-inflicted.
As a matter of fact,
those are the key words.
I think so I think I actually have an interview from that, from all these self-inflicted mistakes. I think I actually have an interview. Yeah.
Which
What
interview?
can you learn? Is there anything that you can learn from it? Just kind of to reflect back on the Orange Blossom Classic.
If we can do the things that we need to do, we'll be successful. The game last year was all self-inflicted stuff. I mean, every single thing that happened to us, all of those things we've had to reevaluate, and we're going to do those things differently this year. And so with our team, we understand that the focus has to be on doing the little things right. You know, that second F in our program is fundamentals. And so those are habits. Those are the little things that it takes to be successful. And so we got to really, really focus on that because the talent is there. And if we do that, we feel like there's not a team on our schedule that can beat us toe to toe if we do those little things right. And so that's.
I think
He's brilliant. He's brilliant.
Say it right.
Yes.
He's brilliant. That guy's brilliant.
So,
too bad FAMU's dynasty is in Carolina. That's right, Mr. Campbell. Your dynasty is in North Carolina, in Durham.
Mr. Ford, I would just like to introduce the lovely.
Did anybody see Dr. Lori? Did Dr. Lori come on in?
Spoken, beautiful.
We're waiting on Dr. Lori. We want Dr. Lori to speak.
She's here.
Is she here?
She's here.
Hey, Dr. Lori.
I was on my sick bed. I've been
You still sick? Wait a minute, doctor, you still sick?
Yeah, you know, I went to Italy for Christmas and stayed 6 days. I had a great time, but when I got back, I got sick. And I was just like, so actually I had the flu, so I'm just recovering, but I didn't want to come back. When I came back, I said, "Oh Lord, I'm just back in the States and all this mess." So, so someone just called me and told me that you all were asking for me. But yeah. I've been really physically ill. So not only with the flu, but with all this mess that's going on at FAM. So yeah.
Hey, Doc, I'll drive you down there. Why don't you pull a moving van up to Tiffany Don Sykes' house? I'll drive you down there.
Wow.
Man,
rent a moving van and put it in front of her house.
I know, right? Because we know we're not trying to go back. We're not trying to go back. So the only thing I can really say, because I can't really say a whole bunch of stuff that's going on, but I do know everybody needs to calm down. You need to calm down. You need to try to calm down and let this play out the way we want it to play out. Okay, so that's the only thing I can encourage, especially Rattler Nation, because they're up in arms. They are mad as all get out, but no one knows what's going on behind the scenes because no transparency right now. And so I do know that we want Coach Rowe. We know that's who we want. That's who we need. So that's all I can tell you all. There's a lot of workings to this. All the money that has been raised. There's a lot of stuff going on, and basically all I can tell you to do is to sit tight. And the only thing because I know I ain't going to the hospital over this. I mean, my chest can't be tight. And so I was like, I'm not going to the hospital over this. I just wish that I think this Friday is when the whole state is supposed to celebrate FAMU winning the Celebration Bowl. And
all right.
Yeah, so I want to stay focused on that right now, but there is a lot of stuff going on, and we got to see what happens by the end of this. So the only thing I can tell you is that there's a lot of movers and shakers and a lot of alumni that really want this to turn out the way it needs to be turned out. And all we can do is just hope for the best, because I think what tripped us up was we really thought that Willie was gonna stay with us where raising all that money, and it turned out not to be about money. It's not about money at all. And so I just want people to understand that it's about some of the other stuff that's going on, that a lot of HBCUs have some issues and trying to get a hold of. So this is our turning point. And like I in 1978 is when we won the big championship, and the year after that we beat Miami, and that's what we're trying to do this year also. So all I can tell you is that it's going to be interesting in the next few weeks to see what happens, to see who actually has the power to influence the things that's going on at FAMU. But I do know one thing: we're not going back. We're not going back to the way things were. And so just believe that we're not going back. We're not going back to that 1 and 10. We're not doing that. And we want to progress and go back. And I made a statement, and it's true, that, FAMU is going to dominate. But right now, we don't see what that's going to look like, because I never thought that all this stuff would actually happen. And we haven't even been able to celebrate the Celebration Bowl yet. And like I said, so I just want, the Rattler Nation to hold on tight for this ride that we about to be on. And hopefully we can come out on the other side of it better than we were before. That's all I can say. And that's all I can encourage people to do. Believe me, people been contacting me. I'm like, well, what y'all want me to do? What y'all want me to do? Ain't nothing I can do right now, because I'm not on the board of trustees, which I was trying to be on, and there's nothing I can do right now. It's just do with my influence and stuff, and try to make sure that we kind of navigate these rough waters. And hey, that's what it is right now. And so I know a lot of the players too are concerned. So
right.
Yeah, so listen, we got a devil to fight, and so that's what we're gonna get ready to do, and hopefully we come out of this better than we were before. That's all I can. That's only reassurance that I can give. But like I said, I ain't gonna be in the hospital about this. Okay, ain't nobody gonna my chest can't be tight every night worrying about this stuff. So I'm telling you, man, I'm just like, y'all. People are people about to lose their mind. Like, can y'all calm down? They about to lose their mind. So yeah. So it's a lot of
Doc, do you know anything about Coach Gibbs at Fort Valley State? Have you heard about him? Do you know anything about it?
Yeah, but everything I heard wasn't positive, very negative.
Okay.
Yeah, because from what I can understand, he was one of the instigators of that A&T.
Yeah, they have it on Instagram. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
Dr. Lori, can you just quickly just give like a short list of things that you look for in a coach? So even if it wasn't, I know that Billy Roll is the preferred candidate, but is being a part of, whether or not you played at FAMU or already coached underneath a head coach at FAMU, are those some of the things that you're looking for when you're looking for who you want as your next head coach? What are the things that the alum are looking for?
Well, we kind of real funny. You got to be a rattler. Mm-hmm. I know that Willie Simmons wasn't, but his wife was. And so we're real funny about that kind of stuff. We really want you. And I know sometimes people frown on that, well, why y'all need that? But yeah, because we say, you need to be a rattler to understand some of the ins and outs of what we do and how we do things. So we really want you to be, immersed into the culture.
Right.
And so we really want you to be a rattler, to be honest with you, be a rattler. I am very big supporter of the FAMU football alumni chapter, which I work with a lot of the former players and former NFL players that went to FAMU belong to this chapter. So I actually look through their perspective, and their perspective is that, hey, we want a rattler, former FAMU player or has something to do with FAMU. That's what we want. We really want someone that is embedded in our culture and knows the history of the greatness of Jake Gaither and Rudy Hubbard and all of those, Billy Joel and
Billy
Ken.
Joe.
So that's what we need. So that is
And Willie Simmons.
and Willie
And
Simmons.
Willie Simmons.
So that's our legacy. So we just want someone in that realm, and that's what we're gonna push for. So I mean, because to me, if you're not a rattler, if you're not a real rattler, and I hate to say it that way, and I hope I don't offend people, but if you haven't been bred there, we don't. Sometimes we think that you don't understand the things that we know and what we hold dear, and so we just want someone to be. We don't want an outsider. We want someone who that doesn't have to learn. Doesn't need to have how you say grade on the curve,
right?
That we have to teach about what our history and what our nuances are. We want someone to come into the program that already knows a lot about the program and about us and what our traditions are. Even though we want to be progressive, it still means a lot to us to have someone who was grounded in Florida A&M and what that means. And so
now, Dr. Laurie, let me ask this now. If you had 5 minutes with the president of Florida A&M, Dr. Larry Robinson, what would you say to the president at this time besides calm down? What are the things you would say to him?
Well, you know what? When you're amidst in all this, I mean, they are at FAMU every day. And so a lot of times you're in a bubble and you don't understand that there's so much urgency with people outside of the bubble. I'm sure he doesn't even realize probably people are so much up in arms because he knows what's going on. He knows the inside of everything what's going on. It's not. And I just want to tell people, it's not what y'all think is going on. Y'all totally off everything that's went on. And I can't even reveal that. So I'm not going to say anything, but it's not what you think at all. It's something totally different. So all I can say is that I probably would advise the president to make sure that even with the recommendations of the AD, he needs to really, really look at it from his perspective and listen to the alumni, because the alumni have the heartbeat of FAMU. Listen to what the alumni are saying. Listen to what the players are saying before you make a definite decision, because really, really, truly, we need to really be concerned about what the players are saying. And the players are saying no to this prospective person, and the alumni is saying no as well. So that's the only thing I could really say, tell him, is to make sure that he listens to the alumni and also to the players that are currently on FAMU's football team. Okay. Now, listen, I think I expressed to you all before that I do mentor one of the players. And that means that, I do a lot for him in regards to making sure he has what he needs, especially during the summertime. So I mentor one of the players, and he hasn't called me once and told me anything about this. So I'm saying everybody's up in arms, and I just want everybody to calm down. Now, when I get a call from him and say, Dr. Laurie, then I'm going to be concerned. But right now, those young men are trying to enjoy the fact that they won the Celebration Bowl. All this has been taken away from them because of everybody's just making just so bent out of shape. You're worried about something that hasn't happened yet, right? I mean, that's so much against God's teaching. You can't worry about stuff that haven't happened yet. You be prayerful about everything. And so you can't worry about stuff that hasn't happened yet. But I understand that, there's urgency. But what I'm saying is need everybody to calm down right now and just go ahead and do what you need to do. Get on your knees, especially Rattler Nation, and pray and ask God to help us with this so we can get through this and just calm down. Like I said, I haven't heard anything from him. And once he texts me and say, Dr. Laurie, there's a problem, then I'll be like, okay, what's going on? But and he's on the team. So all I can say is that, we just need to make sure we put everything in perspective and understand It is not. Now, my grandma used to always say, hint to the wise is sufficient. I'm
Right.
telling you all tonight, it's not what you think.
Hmm.
It ain't nothing what you think.
So don't
Okay?
go making up some allegedlys.
Yes, it's not what you think. It's so far from that, you be like, dang, it's not what you think. And like I said, just calm down. Just let this play out and see how
Everybody in the chat woo saw. So we're gonna take a deep breath and let it out.
Yeah, let it out and everything's gonna be okay, right? You know, and it's not like Jesus. Now, it ain't like Jesus coming next week and y'all not ready. Now, that's what you need to be concerned about.
There you go.
Come and you ain't ready.
Mm.
But other
You
than
be
that,
ready.
everything else, don't worry about it. Just calm down and let's see how this plays out. Now, I've already said what FAMU needs to do is listen to the alumni and to the players, right? So if that doesn't happen, it goes another way, then we're going to see something different. But like I said, there's things at work now trying to make sure that happens. So just sit back and let's see, and don't speculate. You know, it's going whatever's going to be. Who would have thought that we would have came back 3 years in the SWAC and won the Celebration Bowl, right? So I mean, you got to think about it that way. So I'm just want to tell you all, it is what it is. You know, people have made decisions that are beyond my control. Like I was asking people today, well, what you want me to do about it? There ain't nothing I can do about it. I'm looking at it just like you're looking at it. So,
Dr. Lori, they said that there definitely needs to be some type of concern in the next 24 to 48 hours.
Yeah,
especially for the way that the fan base has negatively reacted to Gibbs.
Their next head football coach.
But Mr. Ford, remember when I told you that when I was at FAMU in the 80s, and how the Alumni Association came in from Jacksonville?
Yeah, Rudy got to go.
Rudy got to go, and he was gone the next week.
Yes, Rudy got to go.
Yeah, he was gone the next week. Remember that?
Yes.
So that's exactly what's happening now.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And like I said, we're not willing to go back. We ain't going back to that 1 in 10.
Right.
We're not going back. So everybody just need to calm down and let's focus on other things. Calm down. And like I said, there's a lot of moving and pushing and stuff, trying to, make sure this comes out the way, because they're not going to accept that guy Gibbs, because they even got footage on him starting that brawl at
that's right. Yeah, I saw it on was it Instagram today? I think I saw it somewhere.
Somebody put it on Twitter for me.
Twitter, I think I saw it too.
Yeah.
But I think and here's my personal opinion. FAMU Dr. Robinson hired A.D. Sykes to be the athletic director. She came in there to fix up the compliance, which she did. She done a good job of that. But now you're really gonna see what her insight is when to, like I said, picking a actual football coach. Like I said, I just say let it play it out, because it could be worse. It could be to the point where we could be. FAMU could be like Texas Southern right now. They ain't got no head coach, and
Morehouse doesn't have one. Benedict doesn't have one.
But just in staying with the SWAC, you could be like Texas Southern, and the Board of Regents. You have one person in one place, and the Board of Regents do a about face on you, and come with something totally different. Throw a curveball on you, and that's going on. It's going on for over a month and a half over there, and this is just over here at FAMU. Ain't number what, couple of weeks, not even 2 weeks to be exact. So, I'm just like Dr. Lori, what she said. Just chill out. Let it play out. I mean, if let's just say if Coach Gibbs get the job at FAMU, I mean, what other can you do? But I'm to me, I would, like I said, I would try to hire from within. You already got an interim tag on Coach Cozy. Let him play it out, and then go ahead and when the season's over with for the next year, then you go ahead and hire from whoever you want to hire from. That's just me.
But they
That's just
said she
my
already given him a contract.
well.
She's already given Gibbs a contract.
So if
Yeah.
she's already given him a
Mr.
contract,
Ford,
does that mean that the
Mr.
board of
Ford.
trustees has already approved it? I thought that they have to
No,
approve.
Mr. Ford, that's not true.
You don't
She
think
had-
so?
No, sir, she hadn't given him one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not true.
You have to approve it through the board of trustees.
Well, actually, it goes to she. If she gives him a contract, the only person that has to sign it is the president. Then the board will probably rubber stamp it.
No, it has to go through the general counsel's office first. And no, she hasn't given him a contract or anything like that so far.
Okay.
I mean, if you're gonna go at, I mean, don't get me wrong, Coach Gibbs has done a phenomenal job at Fort Valley. You know, he's had 2 8-win seasons. This last season, he won the inaugural Florida Beach Bowl. He was a game or two from winning the SIAC. You know what I'm saying? Top
Well, he got smashed against Benedict now
He got
on
smashed
national
against
TV.
Benedict. Now,
Yeah, Chinna smashed him.
now you can go down the road to Albany, and you can get, you know, you got
Queen
Love
Gray.
over there. You got Queen Gray, and I know
Queen
his
Gray.
name has been brought up plenty of time.
Yeah, but
He's only
but
been.
they're not gonna accept him in Rattler Nation. I can tell you now because they have long memory of what happened with that brawl. They're not gonna accept.
Yeah.
Oh, I was talking about Queen Gray.
Oh, okay. I
but,
thought you was
yeah,
talking about Gibbs.
Oh
Okay.
no, I said go down the road. You go to Albany. You got Quinn Gray. He was there. You know, he's been there for a year. He went 6-5 his first season. Got into the SIAC championship game. He's a remarkable offensive play caller. Former Rattler, former quarterback. You know, Rattler quarterback. Great to be exact. You know, you can see what they do down there, but then too, it's gonna leave a hole in that Albany State job again because he just got there, and if he leaves, they're gonna be in the same situation of trying to find another coach within a year. But like I said, this could be one of the easiest hires if you can, you know, if you let it happen the way it's supposed to happen. Or like I said, you could be Texas Southern and not have a coach since December the 15th, or even since, you know, beginning of December, and basically just be in limbo a month and a half later. I mean, it can happen. It can go either way. But I know, you know, just hearing it, FAMU folks want this person. They want a person that's coming in there that's on the staff, so they can keep the staff intact. The main thing to me is now you're gonna have to replace by far one of the best recruiting coordinators in all of college football, and Coach Refresh. He's gone to Colorado. Hey, so whoever they bring in, just hope
Now,
they
I
can
talked
keep
to
the team
Coach.
intact.
Now, I talked to Coach just 15 minutes ago. Now, I asked him that question, and he said nothing's definite with him going to Colorado. And I asked him, nothing's definite. I asked him, well, what can we do to make you stay at FAMU? See, the main thing is, so like I said, that's why I need everybody is to calm down. Because I just talked to Coach Rez not even 15 minutes ago. And we were talking, and I said, well, what can we do, man, to keep you at FAMU? Whatever. And so, I'm supposed to be, matter of fact, I was supposed to be calling him back, and somebody called me to come on here with you all. And so what I'm saying is that, there's to be some negotiation stuff that needs to be worked out and stuff, And but I do know his main thing is that I know he doesn't mind me telling you all that he said that he wants to progress, and HBCUs have to start accepting that too. That especially it put FAMU when they won Celebration Bowl, it put them in a whole different category that probably would have never happened in 1978. That's not happening now. And so he just wants to be progressive. And his main thing is making sure, of course, that he makes more money and get more experience and stuff. And one thing that he did share with me, and I was like, wow, that is true. We all trying to do this now. What about when they really needed these raises and all this stuff that should have been done before all of this? And I agree with Coach, Rez. I said, you're right.
Just as a little pushback though, like, because I feel like this is something that they continually try to do, which is replicate HBCU, like replicating his recruiting power at Florida A&M might not be the same type of when you get to cold, lily white Colorado in the mountains, high in elevation. That doesn't mean you're going to be able to replicate it. Yeah, and I think that we saw this season with Dion, he's not able to replicate it.
Yeah. So there's room for negotiation with Coach Rez, HBCU Overdrive. So there's room for negotiation with him. It's nothing set in stone right now, according to him 15 minutes ago. So all I'm saying is that there is an opportunity, but people do want to become more progressive. They want to be more good at their craft. And if people are, and I say that too, in my own career, you want to always progress upwards. Sometimes you don't want to just always be status quo all the time, and you just be complacent and you feel like you're stagnant. Well, I'm not saying he feels that way, but I'm just saying that, that's one thing that we talked about, because I don't work on FAMU campus. I went there, I never worked there, so I don't know what the work environment is, but all I'm saying is that there is room for negotiation with him.
Mr. Floor?
Listen, I can go to bed now. Dr. Lori has spoken. I can go to bed now. Dr. Lori has spoken.
Yeah, and so the only thing I can say is that y'all got me on my sick bed. Only thing I can say is that, look, it is what it is, and we just gonna have to deal with whatever it is that comes down the pipeline. I know that none of us can be put in the hospital about this. Okay, so I want y'all to just to take a deep breath and say, let's see what happens, and let's go ahead and collectively, say, hey, it was a good run, and hopefully we can do another run for FAMU next or whoever, because our main goal is that we should always want to beat the MEAC, right? So the only thing I can say is that, Rattler Nation needs to hold on tight. Y'all need to keep doing what y'all doing, make those phone calls, send those emails, and just go ahead and keep doing that. And maybe someone will definitely listen to what we want. And we want someone that is a rattler and that can be, and you see how I said it, a rattler.
A rattler.
Rattler.
A
Okay.
rattler. That's right.
That's RATTLEH.
That's right, baby. A rattler.
Sometimes a rattler that
That's right.
understands what and knows where the bodies are buried as
Yeah.
FAMU head coach, and that's what we're pushing for, and that's what we are all going to always be pushing for. And so hey, you know what, I wanted to tell you tomorrow, this is my first time on your platform.
Yes, I always get to talk with you on Doc's platform. So thank you so much for coming on. I hope that you feel better. Mr. Ford was calling you out. He was calling you out.
He was adamant.
Like, where is Dr. Lori? Somebody get her on the line. I will not rest until I see Dr. Lori.
Dr. Lori.
I'm sick, Mr. Ford. You need to pray for me.
I am. I done got the word. You done gave the word tonight.
All right, so y'all take care.
Clear the room. Thank you so much for coming on.
And Timona, I do want to make a donation to you, to your platform. So if you can give me your information, so I can go ahead and make a donation for you tonight. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Lori.
Okay, sweetheart, you have a good one. Y'all be good, and y'all pray for me.
Okay, Doc. Have a good night.
Okay,
Dr. Lori.
Right. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, Mr. Ford,
I done got my wish.
We got some answers. Did we get some answers?
Yes, we did. I done heard from the right. We done heard from the right Dr. Lori. That's all I needed.
So some people said, is she a medical doctor? Because if so, she's
a medical doctor.
She's gonna need to start prescribing some high blood pressure medicine to some of these rattlers.
For them rattlers, baby, 2023 was the year of the rattler. It was the year of the rattler.
Dr. D said she's a dentist.
Oh, okay, she's a okay.
So, I mean, she cleared the room about some things, but she also kind of confirmed some things.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were listening, but she said that she talked to Coach Devin. Yeah, Coach Repress, right?
Yeah,
and she basically, he didn't deny that job offer was out there. But I think
I'm quite sure it's out there.
That Dion would attack. I'm not going to say attack. I'm not going to say poach. I don't know if I would say poach, but you're all the way at the Power 5 level, and here you are still trying to cherry pick HBCUs.
Yeah, because see what the athletic director at Colorado is telling him now, you got to make an effort to recruit some high school boys. Dion really don't want no high school boys. He want to come strictly out that portal and junior college.
He wants those FSU players that Repress was able to get to FAMU with not on the same, like he got them to come there. So what he wants is for those players that the coach was able to recruit to FAMU, he wants them to go to Colorado. The thing is, once again, I try to tell people the culture and the band, the women at FAMU, the everything that FAMU is, the HBC, all things HBCU, that is the drawing force for why. And these FSU players, they probably went across the street a couple of times to some of the parties or whatever.
Oh, they always do. They always do.
Campus.
Yeah.
So they were just like, why do I have to cross the street when I could just already be there?
Yeah. So, and you got the program there.
And then we have Dr. Hall in the chat, and she puts people to sleep for a living.
Oh, yeah. Is that Dr. Kanisha?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Dr. Kanisha.
The real HU.
H-Town.
Yeah, the real HU is in the building.
All right, Howard University.
And you know,
H-Town.
She puts people to sleep for a living, and there might be some folks with some sleepless nights.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I want to play this song again because it just touched my heart. Before we go to that, I wanted to just go ahead and give a shout out to my sponsor, I Weave Hair. We have a Martin Luther King Day special. It started yesterday, but I didn't have a live yesterday. So you use the checkout code IWeaveMLK. You buy 2, get 1 half off. It started yesterday and it goes through the 18th. I've decided to stick with love. Hate is too great of a burden to bear. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. So this is our I Weave Hair celebration. Go check it out. But you know what? I also wanted to say, did you know that we sell man units? Mr. Ford.
Uh-huh.
Did you know that I Weave sells man units?
No.
Now we didn't do this particular unit by that Steve Harvey is wearing, but we do have man units available directly on our website. So if you don't want to look like this, where it looks kind of sprayed on, you can kind of tell that it's fake, you know, it's not a man. We have man units available. So men, don't just go to look at bundles for your lady. If you have a little balding going on, or maybe you just want to freshen it up a little bit, go ahead and go to iweavehair.com/iunit.
Hey, Tamona.
Yes.
This reminds me of what Cat Williams. It's a man unit.
Yeah.
It was a man unit.
Yeah, we have man units online. So I wanted to give that perspective because, you know, a lot of people that watch my show, you know, it's male oriented. So you don't have to be the only one. You don't have to be the only one. Now, that particular picture, that's not an I Weave Hair unit. You know what? If it was, people probably wouldn't have even been able to tell. That's why it's that quality that we have at I Weave Hair. That's quality and quantity. Now let's go ahead. Go ahead and call out Mr. Campbell, Mr. Ford.
Mr. Campbell.
What do you want to ask Mr. Campbell? Clear him out.
I wanted to hear from Dr. Lori.
Oh, that's all. That's it.
Listen, I can go to bed now.
You can go to bed. Okay.
I can go to bed now.
Well, then I'm getting ready. You want to, Doc? You want to open up the doors of the transfer portal? Or we're gonna open it up?
We're going to open up the doors of the transfer portal tonight on this lovely Tuesday evening.
Dr.
January
Brother
the
Bakari.
9th.
What's up? How y'all doing?
Hey, bro, what's happening?
We're good. We're good.
Look, I was about to lay down and close my eyes and go to sleep, right? But then I heard you talking about somebody from FAMU might be going to Colorado, right? And and you see why trying to poach. I hate to see you say that. But anyway, I want us to understand this is way bigger than Deion Sanders. Deion is just doing the work that they want him to do. Them people down there at Texas Southern, that Boulder Regions, that AD at FAM. I'm just saying it's way bigger than that. They are just the ones who's doing the work to help destroy HBCUs. And I want people to understand Florida State want to be in the SEC. The SEC commissioner was not afraid to say there should not be one black college that's Division I. The black people they have, they are just doing their job for them. I wanted to say, I ain't gonna be alone. Dr. Lori, that was her name.
Dr. Lori.
Yeah, I ain't catch everything, but I just caught a little bit, and I ain't trying to be disrespectful. But when I hear people say it's something HBCUs have to accept, that our best would just lead to go be with white folk, they call it progression. To me, that sounds like pitiful, defeated people. And that's why I don't hang with a lot of people. But that's like a defeated mentality. How can you ever fix yourself or fix your community or fix anything if we can just say, let's accept the fact that our best is going to leave? I'm not saying that's what she is. I'm just saying when I hear that statement, and I hear it more from black men in all honesty, but when I hear stuff like that, it's like we don't have a goal to fix ourselves. Let's just accept that our best is going to leave because white people have more money or because
Well,
of this.
Brother Bakari, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
So when Willie Simmons went to Duke, did he sell out those people at Florida A&M?
Did he sell out the people at Florida A&M? You know
When
what?
he went to Duke?
From what I guess because he took a I'll say my phone rung. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
He took a running back coaching position, who has been a great head coach, and he left that. Did he sell out? That's sort of kind of selling out. At least you could have waited till you got you a FBS, but he didn't do what Dion did. He didn't crap on the people there. But I also heard that I don't know but the AD had time and she knew and waited till the last minute to try to keep him and all that. So I'm gonna be honest, I put it more on the AD from what I've heard anyway.
That's what they're saying now. Yeah.
What I heard, I would put it on the AD. But I want us to understand these people, and I did not want to sound disrespectful to Dr. Lori because I wasn't trying to disrespect her. I'm just saying how I even hear a lot of black men say that. And that's the most disturbing thing to me when I hear men say it. But we can't just say, we have to accept the fact that our best is going to lead. If your best continuously to lead, the only thing you're doing is fixing the people, making the people better that put you in this position while we stay constantly, while we're destroyed and we're running around like a chicken with your head cut off, looking for the next best thing, hoping he good so they can send some more of their mad dogs down and take him away or her away. And it seemed like the HBCUs, I'm sorry, because I call them PBI, the PBI and the black community, it's a microcosm of one another. You get a little bit and you lead to go help the people that put you in this position. Then you turn around and complain about those people that you left black people to go be with. It's crazy to me. But that's all I wanted to come on here and say. I'm about to let somebody wanted to respond before I go, but that's all I wanted to say. Thank you for letting me speak, Simone.
Brother Bakari, as always, you said a word. I think that right now, it just depends on, what they have to do in the best interest of themselves. You have to look at it like this. There's so much coaching insecurity right now, and their jobs are in limbo. So I'm sure that the fact that they're getting other job offers, they would go ahead and take a look and see what that needs to be like. So we're just going to be on coaching watch for Texas Southern and for FAMU. And
don't forget Benedict College and Morehouse College.
Well, I think for those particular jobs, it's more so about just finding the coach, offering them, and then, getting the sign sealed and delivered. With FAMU and Texas Southern, they're integral parts of the SWAC. And then the FAMU and I'm not going to say Texas Southern because, like you said, they've been perpetually struggling, but they had a chance this season to possibly make a change, right?
Oh,
the
yeah.
SWAC as a whole, I feel with strong conviction that the SWAC has the most powerful and strongest conference in the FCS.
Right.
Talk about,
no doubt about it, especially money-wise.
Talk about so the only thing that we need to increase, of course, is the financial part. But as far as like our institutions and the longevity of the conference, we have the most power there. Every year you hear a switch up of somebody leaving a conference and they are basically playing musical chairs in all of these other different conferences. So Doc, you want to go ahead and open up the doors of the transfer portal?
All right. As everybody is listening,
yes,
if you're watching right now on YouTube,
watching right now,
or you watching on Twitter, you're watching on Twitter because my girl simulcast on Facebook, on Twitter, and on YouTube. Welcome to the doors of the transfer portal on this here fine January the 9th, 2024. In fact, let me give a shout out. Let me give a great shout out to the boys in blue. aka Phi Beta Sigma fraternity. It is y'all Founders Day. And why is y'all Founders Day? Come into the house of the transfer portal. Can I get an amen up in here?
Amen.
Hey, Doc, you remember Kwame
Yeah.
Nkrumah?
Kwame,
You know, he was
Kwame
Phi
Nkrumah?
Beta Sigma. Yeah,
yeah.
he was a leader of Ghana, I think. Was it Ghana?
Mhm. Yep.
He was Phi Beta Sigma. He was a graduate of Lincoln University.
Yep. Huey P.
He
Newton.
was Phi Beta Sigma.
Huey P. Newton, Phi Beta Sigma. Of
Yeah, he was
course,
Phi Beta Sigma.
a cowboy great, Emmitt Smith, is Phi Beta
Oh, he's
Sigma.
Phi Beta Sigma?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But we are here at the house of the transfer portal. Now, let's just see what the FAMU faithful and what AD Sykes have to decide on who they have as their head coach. Because if it's the wrong one, you can always bring yourself on down to 1400
Not you.
J.R. Lynch Street in Jackson, Mississippi. You can always be a West Side Tiger. You can always be a Blue Banger. You can always be a Lynch Street Mafia. You can always wear that block on your helmet. It's always going to be about that blue and that white. So, if you want to, bring your talents, your athletic talent,
yes, the
academic talent.
The Jackson State University.
Bring it on down to the Jackson State University.
Are you recruiting FAMU players? Don't be over here poaching their talent. They might have took a couple of players from us, but we're not going to do them like that.
And they was talking noise about us.
Yes, as Coach Prime left. As Coach Prime left, he left.
You take, you reap what you sow. Ain't that what the good book says, y'all? You reap what you sow. Now I ain't trying to sound like Coach Prime when he preached, because that ain't me. I ain't got to be no fake preacher to be out here. I am a son, I am a grandson, I am a great nephew of preachers and pastors in my family. HBCUs run through my familial blood. Now, you reap what you sow. Can the chat of the church say amen?
And
you reap what you sow. You heard that you should have done this, you should have done that, you should have paid him this, you should have paid him that. But it wasn't all about the money.
It wasn't about the money.
It wasn't about the money. We ain't put on no Prime record talking about it must be the money. No, it was not about the money. It was about having a peace of mind. Coach Willie wanted a peace of mind. He didn't want to deal with none of them folks down there in Tallahassee like that, especially the board. He didn't want to deal with all that. So guess what? He took his talents on over to Durham, North Carolina, on the white side of town, over to the private school of Duke University. Now, Duke, if Manny Diaz messes up anytime during his tenure as a head coach, y'all look at Willie Simmons and say, you're going to be the next head coach of Duke University. And if, let's just say, so happen a coach on the other side of the tracks decides to leave North Carolina Central University.
Talk about Trey Oliver. You talk about Trey Oliver.
You might see Willie become the head coach of North Carolina Central. You
Whoa,
just don't know
whoa,
yet.
whoa, 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 whoa. Wait. Stop. Did you just say that Willie Simmons would become the head coach of North Carolina Central?
If he's still there,
Why would he do that?
hey,
Trey ain't going nowhere.
I know Trey ain't going nowhere.
Trey
He's
ain't
just
going
a
nowhere.
notion.
That's not what we heard, Mr. Ford.
Huh?
Oh, that ain't what we heard, Mr. Ford. Trey
What, where's
got some looks.
huh?
He got some looks from them folks down at the highest of the 7 hills.
Oh, okay.
Well, we'll reel it back in.
Allegedly.
Y'all have a good night, and I will
Yeah.
be playing over and over again that a refund, and this last little word is a refund is due unto me. Y'all have a good night. How you gonna fix it? You done messed me up. The jobless visit. I done called the police because I'm doing a refund. A refund is due unto me. Don't feel like I just been abused out here today. God ain't pleased with this. You can't do the Saints like this. Boys, I don't even know if I'm gonna sit out here till the police come. I'm gonna sit out here till the police come. I'm doing refund. Cause I'm doing one of me. How you gonna fix it? You done messed me up. The jobless visit. I done called the police because I'm doing a refund. A refund is due unto me. Don't feel like I just been abused out here today. God ain't pleased with this. You can't do the Saints like this. Doc, I hope that we don't see folks entering the transfer portal tomorrow.
Oh, it might have. Oh, let's give a shout out to be on the serious note. Give a shout out to our boy First Letter, man. He did his first live on Saturday night. I caught the tail end of it, but he went live and it was a success that he went live. He need to go live again because my man was talking that real.
Shout out to First Letter and congratulations on your first live. Y'all, we're gonna just go out, I guess, to some gospel music and we're gonna end it right here. Doc, when your next show?
Oh man, it was supposed to be today, but Peyton has been sick, so I have been on daddy duty. So hopefully it'll be this week because I need to get back on in front of the camera.
All right.
And we talk about we need to talk more about FAMU. FAMU and Texas Southern has dominated our airways for the last pretty much 3-4 weeks.
That's because they got so much drama. It's look, that's how it was with Jackson State. If somebody entered the portal, they could have not even played. They could have been the water boy entering the transfer portal. Somebody was going to report on it. You know, coaching changes, it's especially for the championship team, it has big implications for the SWAC.
Yep.
So, you know,
it changes the dynamic of the SWAC. It changes the pendulum back from FAMU. It goes back down to Jackson, Mississippi.
Jackson, Mississippi. So now we're the front runners?
We're going to be the front runners.
I mean, listen, I think Bethune-Cookman would like to have a word because
Bethune-Cookman going to have a word. Alabama State going to have a word. We ain't going to say nothing about Alabama A&M. I think Valley might make some noise, a little bit more noise this season coming up. But
so what do you think about Ryan Smith? You think he's leaving the coach?
Coach Ryan Smith, because man, he's been the architect of that defense for the last couple of years. And of course, Willie named him the associate head coach. So I don't know. I want to see him if the other two people that they've been talking about don't get it. I feel like he should be able to get it. Put him on like I said, put him on an interim tag. see how he does this season. And then if it doesn't pan out the way that you want it to pan out, then you go and find your coach. You know, you find your next head coach. But it's one of them things where
yeah, the baby Tigers could have entered into the transfer portal and it would have been news. You talking about shambles? We thought that Texas Southern had him beat. We thought it, but let's go ahead and we're gonna close out. Reverend Paul Jones. Once again, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in to She Loves Thee. We had a great chat tonight. We thank you, Dr. Lori, and of course, Mr. Ford. And then, as always, Doc Holiday of HBCU Overdrive. Thank y'all for tuning in. And everybody have a blessed evening.
I've had some weary days and some sleepless nights. But when I look around and I think things over, all of my good days outweigh my bad days. I don't care. The clouds hang low. I can hardly see the road. I ask the question, Lord. Lord, why so much pain? But He knows what's best for me. Although my weary eyes, they can't see, so I'll just say, thank you, Lord. I won't complain. That's been so good to me. He's been good to me. Better than this world you could ever be. He's been so good. But He knows what's best for me. Although my weary eyes, they can't see, so I'll just say, thank you, Lord. I won't complain. That's been so good to me. He's been good to me. Better than this world
Mm-mm-mm.
He made a big time